Good morning, world. Anytime you place two or more people together, there are bound to be those situations that come up. Conflict can come up. Disagreements will come up. Tense moments can come up. And romantic relationships are no different. They're probably even more susceptible to those situations because in a relationship, you care a lot more about what your partner says, does, thinks, than you would about a conversation that you're having with some random person that you just met at the store. So that is why today we're talking about 5 tips for squashing conflict. 1, take responsibility for your part. Because anytime you have tension or you have conflict, there's usually more than one person who will have contributed to the situation. So take responsibility for your part. What have you done that contributed to this conflict? What have you said that contributed to this conflict? And it's not about the degree, who did worse or who did what first, just focus on your part. What did you do? Focus on that part. And then once you've done that, once you've acknowledged, accepted, and taken responsibility for your part, it's time to apologize. Apologize for your actions. Apologize for words that you may have said that contributed to this conflict. Words that you may have said, things you may have done that hurt the other person. Focus your apology on your apology and your action, and not so much on what your partner did or may have done or said that led to your action. Your apology needs to be focused on the things you did, the things you said. Your apology focuses on you. 3, express your concerns without placing blame. In any time there's conflict, both parties are probably responsible for some of it. There are things your partner may have done or said that hurt you, that bothered you, that you feel were the contributing factors to your action. It's important to express your concerns. It's okay to express issues that you do not agree with, but it's also important to be able to express those issues and express those concerns without blaming someone else, without placing blame on the other person. Because if your goal is to squash the conflict, placing blame is not the way to go, because anytime we feel that we are being blamed, the normal response is to defend ourselves. So express concerns, but do so without placing blame on someone else, or particularly your partner. Make a plan or present a plan for improving the situation or preventing something similar from repeating. Right now we're in the middle of a conflict. What are we doing in the future? What can we do next week so that we're not facing the same situation? What do we need to do? What do I need from my partner? What does my partner need from me? What does my husband need from me? What do I need from my husband? What do I need, what do you need from the other person? And what are you going to be doing? What actions, what contributions are you going to be making to prevent a similar situations from happening next week, to prevent another conflict from happening tomorrow? And finally, allow the other person time and space to go through their own process. You had time to deal with, internalize or externalize whatever you were feeling and process it. And come to that moment of, okay, I'm ready to squash this argument. I'm ready to squash this situation. But you also need to respect and allow your spouse or your partner, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, the same time to do or go through their own process. And just because your process took 30 minutes or took a day does not mean that your partner is also going to take that same amount of time. You need to allow them the time that they need, even if that is more time than what you took, to go through their own process and come to that same space where they are ready to squash the situation just as you are. All right, so quick recap. Take responsibility for your part in the conflict. And of course, once you've taken responsibility, take time to apologize for your actions and your words or any contribution you may have made to this conflict. And of course, focus on your actions, your thoughts, and not so much on what your partner did or what your expectations are for your partner. 3, express your concerns without placing blame. It's important to be able to express your concerns, the things that bother you, the things that you didn't like, but it's also important that you're not placing blame, especially when you're trying to squash a conflict. 4, make a plan for improving the situation, or present a plan so that you can prevent the situation from repeating, so that next week you're not right in the same spot. 5, allow the other person time and space to come through, or to go through their own process and come to that same space of being able to let it go that you are. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Good morning, world. Have a great day.